Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting. Deadly violence at Kabul airport. 3 U.S. defense contractors helping train Afghan Air Force personnel were gunned down at the Kabul airport Thursday. Military sources calling it an insider attack. No other details readily available. Elsewhere, a suicide bomber attacked a funeral in eastern Afghanistan. 16 people were killed and dozens wounded. The attack occurred in Laghman province during the funeral for a police commander and 3 others killed in a roadside bombing earlier Thursday. No one claimed responsibility for either attack. Suspected Islamic militants set off a car bomb and fired rockets at police and military targets in Egypt's Sinai peninsula Thursday, killing 25 people. Officials say the weapons were aimed at a military base and a hotel in the town of Al-Arish. The latest deadline passed with Jordan insisting on proof of life for a Jordanian Air Force pilot being held by the militants. An audio message purportedly from a Japanese journalist who was captured by IS fighters said the pilot would be killed immediately unless Jordan released by sunset Thursday Sajida al-Rishawi, an Iraqi woman on death row in Jordan, for her role in a deadly bombing in Oman in 2005. Jordan says it would consider releasing her only after receiving evidence that the pilot is still alive. Investigators from Indonesia's National Transportation Safety Committee say the AirAsia flight that went down into the Java Sea last month climbed steeply, then stalled and hurtled toward the sea, with a co-pilot at the controls. All 162 people aboard the plane died when it crashed on December 28th. 70 bodies have been recovered. This is VOA News. Malaysia Airlines formally declared the disappearance of last year's flight MH370 to be an accident, and that means the 239 people on board that flight are now presumed dead. The Boeing 777 vanished over the Indian Ocean on March 8, 2014, after veering thousands of kilometers off course on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Amid a sharp escalation of fighting in eastern Ukraine, European Union foreign ministers agreed Thursday to extend existing sanctions by 6 months imposed on Russian and Russia-backed separatist officials for their role in the conflict. The ministers also agreed during a meeting in Brussels to come up within a week with more names to be added to the list of those already subject to an asset freeze and travel ban. European Union Justice and Interior ministers are looking at ways to strengthen anti-terrorism measures. Their 2-day meeting ends Friday in Riga, Latvia. Lisa Bryant reports.
Proposals by the EU Justice and Interior Ministers aim to bolster existing measures on surveillance, information sharing, and border control across the 28-member European Union. The proposals include establishing an EU-wide system to share airline passenger information that can help them track jihadists coming to and from the Middle East. Ministers also want to better control the borders of the Schengen passport-free area and to work with internet providers to remove terrorist and extremist content. Lisa Bryant for VOA News, Paris.
The World Health Organization says that efforts to slow the worst-ever outbreak of Ebola are now shifting to a focus on ending the epidemic after the number of new cases fell to its lowest level since the end of June. A total of 99 new cases were reported last week in the most affected countries of Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Chadian troops aiding the fight against Boko Haram are reported to have retaken a village in far northeastern Nigeria from the militants. No officials have confirmed the report. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is blaming Iran for Wednesday's deadly flare-up along the Lebanese border. Mr. Netanyahu says Israel will continue to defend itself against all threats. The border between Israel and Lebanon was calm on Thursday, a day after clashes between Israel and the Iranian-backed Hezbollah killed 2 Israeli soldiers and a UN peacekeeper. The White House says President Obama is looking to end what it calls the era of manufactured crises and mindless austerity as he gets set to unveil his 2016 government spending plan. The White House says President Obama would call for eliminating automatic spending cuts that he agreed to with opposition Republican lawmakers during a 2011 budget crisis. I'm Ray Kouguell in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.